Hi beautifuls, welcome to YILDIZ Readings 5D. For those of you that don't know, I'm a psychic medium. I cover astrology and everything else I cover is above on the screen. Now, we don't like long intros, so my contacts are directly below, and how to book, what, where, why, how has been all left to the end. Those of you who have clicked the link, I do automate posts to keep you in the loop as when I'm coming live and where I'm going to be. So without further ado, let's get into the update and the real reason you're here. Enjoy. Grab a cuppa, sit back and relax. Love to hear your feedback. Beautiful Leos, what an interesting month. Now, yes, we're going to get straight into your read. We also will answer your super chat questions here free of charge. It's directly below the video. For the other super chats, we have the lives for the twin flame updates every Friday. If you do want to come through, you can come through and join us. Now, with your energy this month, you are moving through the month really wanting to have the success in both love and career, okay? You also could be feeling as though you're really juggling a lot, and I am seeing from your zodiac sign, you're feeling a little bit misunderstood at this point, and you know, there can be some feelings almost like people are letting you down. But I do feel this self-critiquing energy is coming through, but you're trying very hard to really deal with a lot in one very short space of time. I do feel your day-to-day routine can be extremely busy. I also feel for some of you there can be a move of home. So it's everything to do with foundation at the moment for your zodiac sign. Now, the crystal that you have that is going to help balance you is very Mercury in energy, and we currently do have Mercury retrograde. I'm feeling within your connections at the moment, you're trying to communicate effectively. You're really trying to be very cautious about how you say things, but the triggers can be coming up, and it can be almost like you're second guessing what you're saying. You could be feeling very frustrated that you're having to do a lot of things for a lot of people, and it's a fine line, you know, but I feel most of what you're trying to achieve is that transparency, but you do require the same back in return. This tension point can be coming up for those of you within a romantic connection at this point. So although you're trying to move forward, there can be things that are being brought up on both sides of the fence. You're trying to rise above it and you're trying to stay as grounded as possible. But again, it takes two to tango. So for some of you, it's physically feeling as though you're trying to trust and to move forward, but you're feeling you're having to really push for that to get the best out of it. So the cross wires in effect are caused by it, and the advice really is to be grounded. And I do feel you guys are really, really doing well at challenging that emotion, but keeping quite grounded. I do feel it potentially could be affecting your health, especially when we're doing something that doesn't completely feel natural, where we're not able to articulate what we feel. But I do feel some of you through the month may get to a space where you have those hard conversations. This can be that of healthy boundaries. It also could be really having those deeper, meaningful conversations about where you potentially felt let down or what the give and take is going on inside the connection. For some of you, you may be feeling as though you need to move forward, and does this directly resonate with you? And I do feel for those of you who that message resonates, by the time we reach the 3rd week mark, again, it's going to be pretty intense. So be super careful driving. You do have the Mercury card, you know, really needing to do a lot in your day-to-day routine this month. You do need to be careful during Mercury retrograde driving. I feel you're very, it's almost like your guides are coming through and they're protecting you, but they're also guiding you to a higher path. And this higher path is going to give you a lot more opportunities than what you currently have. Now, you also may feel within your love life, if those of you had wanted to have children, really between November and December is going to be a good opportunity and a portal for such. Also, when it does come to the energy of your children, there can be a lot of subjects coming up surrounding your children by mid-month, so pay close attention. It can also be a testing point, but it is transforming and we are moving into a new domain of brand new energy, and there is going to be a lot more success. Those of you within a separation, especially for those of you that I coach relating to a twin flame path, I do feel, Leo, you guys are coming through the gate where You're really wanting to know what the hell is going on, okay? You're trying to go with the flow, but you feel it's really taken a long time and it's really testing on your nerves. And this potentially can be over some miscommunication. So you really feel that you're basing a circumstance based on something you don't know. Some of you also are feeling very uncertain. If you are single and you're wondering whether you're ready to date or whether you're ready to get in, it can potentially be because at this point in the month, you do have so much going on. There can be fears surrounding home and stability. And especially for those of us that are single, you know, I coach the collective, so it could be that you're a single parent. There can be this fear-based frequency, again, that you're having to do everything. Regardless of how this is playing out, I do feel ultimately, you know, you're happy to go with the flow, but it's going to be for a very rational reason. So the anger potentially can be coming up, but you're using tools to get grounded so that you don't get triggered in the old fashioned you once were. And I do feel it's going to pay off for you. You're also desensitizing the wound and you're teaching people directly how to treat you. I do feel also, if you're really not sure about what to do left or right, don't put your pressure on yourself to actually make that decision right now. Just really go with the flow of those emotions and know that at the end of the month things will make a lot more sense. I do feel for some of you there is going to be an element of people from the past coming back, and it's really going to help you go through some of these unresolved issues of decisions and confusion. So it is going to serve a purpose, so please do trust it. For those of you in employment, I'm seeing that, you know, some of you are continuing doing what you're doing. And again, this can be a time where we do have transformations, we do have changes. Some of you could also be, by the end of the month, considering maybe upskilling. It's probably one of those months at the moment that everything feels a little bit stagnant. Also, some of you could be really networking and then second guessing yourself and thinking, okay, do I leave the area in which I'm in? I have too much going on. You know, it might be a house move coming up, it might be the kids, or you know, your love life, and so you're trying to maybe connect to that, so to speak. But I do feel you're being quite rational and grounded about what you have to hold on to at this point to get yourself over to the other side. And then I feel you're going to make some major decisions. Some of you directly are networking right now and you know exactly what you want and you're going for it, and that's perfectly fine. And I do feel very good energy surrounding that. So please don't second guess yourself. You're really all what your guides are always with you. So if your notion is, regardless of Mercury retrograde, this has been a tedious situation for a while, I feel you're actually crossing over, you're going to that next tier level. And some of you also could have communication coming in related to employment. Those of you in the sphere of unemployment, again, I feel it's really linking in because Leo, for your zodiac sign, both working and not working, it's coming through in the same fashion, and it is because we are at this crossroad T-section in life. The fear that we have is that we're not going to be successful, so we are avoiding some of these major decisions at this point due to the transits. Now, as long as you're living your authentic truth and you're ticking all the boxes of what's going to keep you safe, there's no wrong decision. Many times, especially if it's a business you're starting or it's, you know, a project you're moving into, it's divine timing, but it's the learning curve that we're going through. And I do feel ultimately, if you're really passionate and you love what you're doing, that's where it's not going to feel like work anymore. And it was funny, I was having a chat to my daughter and her boyfriend the other day, and we were talking about that element. And, you know, not all of us love our jobs. Is it important to at least have, you know, levels we can go up so we are driving and striving to achieve 100% because it gives us purpose? So if that isn't happening, I feel for most of you, you won't really, you know, be that attracted to it. You're very critical on having success. And yes, your zodiac sign does have luck surrounding it, especially as we move towards the end of the month. But really go for gold this month, Leo, because I do see you're going to get your hopes and dreams, but you have to dare to believe. In the financial sector, some of these things at the moment may be out of your control, and that again is due to the transit. So it can feel like we're in a doctor's surgery and it's a metaphor only. You know, with some of the flow. Now, if there were added expenses, It is due to the fact we're tying up loose ends. I also feel that you're not going to be giving your power away anymore. And I do feel you're really taking a fine tooth comb to it. And you're feeling if there isn't a give and take, this can be in a relationship, this can be at work. I feel you're making a major decision, and this major decision is to take your power back. And as you do with your efforts and your steps, what you're doing is you're no longer second guessing yourself. You know what you're worth, you're going out and you're grabbing it. And this is where you're going to get your money coming from, is by owning the truth of what you are, putting your money where your mouth is and really diving in the deep end. I also feel if people have been taking advantage of you, you're not allowing that anymore. And I do feel through Shirley doing such, you're getting a pay rise regardless. So it's by creating that healthy boundary, people aren't taking from you, and your benchmark for success has risen. Others around you at the moment, you know, there can be criticism towards you. There may be a feeling that you're not getting where they're coming from. This again for some of you can be your children, it can be your family members, where they're saying, what about me, so to speak. It's one of those months, it's not a permanency. You also may be feeling that your romantic interest, for those of you that are coupled or single, maybe is not understanding where you're coming from. It's also very important not to listen to gossip during the month of October. Really make sure you're getting it from the horse's mouth, because these cross wires can cause more conflict than such. Your health overall, you're being critical on yourself, Leo. It's like you're ready to level up. You want it all. You really want to move through where you can have that self-esteem and you feel super beautiful. You feel like you're on fire and you're in your muscle, and you just don't want to feel this yuck energy anymore. So I do feel for many of you, you're being very cross at yourself. Now, some of you, it can be through emotions that you reach this point. Others, it can be due to what we have been going through in the world. But regardless, you're taking your power back and you're actually, again, putting your money where your mouth is and you're making it happen. I do feel overall you're doing a lot for your family at the minute, but it is, again, the same thing. And I always say this in my coaching. We teach people how to treat us. You can be doing a lot for your family, and for the ones that love you, there's a give and take. If there's not a give and take your power back and make sure that you're doing it for a purpose. You know, because then we can be our own worst enemy, and we can be feeling guilty if we're not doing everything for them. But to an effect, by creating the healthy boundary and being rational about what you have in your schedule, just be you, Leo. You're perfect and loving the way you are. If you do have a super chat question and you wish to get it free of charge, you can put a question at the bottom of the box, anything. Otherwise, I will see you if you wish to join on the Twin Flame update on Friday. Love and light, stay tuned for your romantic update, and we'll see how this is traveling. Thanks for joining YILDIZ Readings. If you do need to find the link for the Members Hub, it is directly below in the information box, or you can see above on the screen, it's on the main page. Now, we have 3 tier levels, as well as on Fridays, we are live on the main platform. By clicking the bell, I automate posts for both the members and the main page, plus any additional information I feel you need. The website is been updated and we do have a lot more content on it, as well as new products coming in 2022. If you do want to join webinars, we have the list, as well as the launch of the Age of Aquarius for the VIP list. For all my other media content, follow me live on the links below. Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, we all have it covered, and we have more content coming. See you during the week.